Val, I don't know how you're going to take this, but I think we're joined by royalty today. How are you?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well indeed. I'm very excited to be here with you, Charlie.
Oh my God, I can't believe you're here. This is so cool. I've got so many questions. So first things first, what are you wearing today? Can you describe your outfit, please?
Well, my outfit's a bit of a mishmash, really. I'm wearing a Zara T-shirt that I've had for like about 2 years. I'm wearing a very old vintage Comme des Garçons pencil skirt. You're going to
Very
laugh
nice.
at my footwear
Go
because
on.
I'm at home. I'm wearing these little slippers that
Oh, they're
I
cute. They've
know
got
I
little
got off.
smiley faces on them.
I know that I got off of Amazon, and then this is a vintage Comme des Garçons jacket that I'm wearing as well. You know, I tend to quite like a shirt or a bit of a jacket situation. I kind of think that works for me.
And obviously, we have to talk about your glasses. I can't imagine how many pairs of glasses you've got.
I have got tons of glasses, and it's so annoying. I meant to bring them over here. They're over there on the table. Can I just quickly run and get them?
Yeah,
Is that all right? Hold on. Because this isn't
of
all of
course.
them, but
Oh my God,
because
this is
I've
so
got a
cool.
whole drawer of glasses, but I'll just bring
Oh my
this
God, she's got to get her
over.
glasses. This is great. By the way, even her chair's cool. She's got I don't, she's got a checkered cover on her chair, or I can't see the bottom of the chair. But even look at
But the
even the chair's
chair,
good.
yeah, the chair was a vintage chair. Well, actually, you know, there's quite a few interesting little chairs here, but I'd have to move everything around. But yeah, no, this was a vintage chair, and I have this scarf from Comme des Garçons that I bought many years ago, and it was this sort of pattern, which is called a McLeod tartan. And I
Oh,
loved this scarf so much, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to cover a chair in McLeod tartan from Scotland. And I've got in
love
front
that.
of me what my computer's sitting on. I've got a footstool so I can sit here on my McLeod tartan and feel rather regal. Okay, so this isn't all my glasses. This is just
Go on.
sort of on a daily, well, sort of momental. There's one, two,
Oh
three,
my
four,
God.
five, space, 6, 7 there. Then we've got another 3 there. And
Oh
then
my
I've
God,
probably
the
got 4
organisation.
pairs in my handbag that I take to work every day. And then I've got a drawer full downstairs. I'm obsessed with glasses.
Where'd you get your glasses from? Does someone design them for you, or
Um,
are they from actual shops?
I get them from mostly, I have had some glasses made for me by Cubits. Have I got them here? No, they're in my bag. By Cubits, the glasses company, and they made me bespoke glasses that on the inside it says Ding Dong, and on the other side it says
Of course
Val
it does.
Garland. But mostly because I don't like a lot of ordinary glasses because they're all the same. So I buy
Yeah.
sunglasses, take the lenses out, and put my prescription in. So these are like I think these are Loewe. I was on holiday in Spain and I saw them in a shop and I thought they're a bit barking. I need those.
So do you put your glasses on first, then dress to match the glasses, or is it outfit, then glasses go on?
It's outfit, then glasses. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
iconic. First clothing memory, Val. Like what's your first memory that kind of made you think, do you know what? Yeah, I love clothes, I love fashion, this is a bit of me.
Well, my mum was really into clothes. We didn't have a lot of money and she used to make a lot of clothes. But I grew up in Bristol and we had this shop which was heaven. It was called
Mm.
C&A. It was in Broadmead. Yeah. And my mum would sort of like take us there window shopping, you know, before we went round to Woolworths to get a Knickerbocker Glory. So I think, yeah. So my mum's into fashion. Me and my sister, we were into fashion as well too. So we would go into C&A and they, you know, they had sort of like kids versions of grown-up clothes. And I remember being about 8 and going to the school disco and in C&A, well, there was 2 things. They had this culotte outfit. So it was like a shorts that was a skirt,
Yeah.
and there was a jacket and a waistcoat, and it was all in flower power orange. It was
Oh my gosh.
amazing. So yes, I had to have that. And then my other favorite outfit that I got from there was this hot pink sort of Mary Quant sort of like mini dress with a massive zip up the front. And
I love it.
I thought I was Charlie Big Spuds. I thought I was the bee's knees. Yeah.
I've read that you said yourself you was a bit of a strange kid. I don't know what that means, but I want to know what that means, and also how your imagination sort of showed up through your style back then.
Well, for me, what was it? I quite liked being on my own, and
Mm.
I had a very vivid imagination, and I had lots of dolls, and like I sound like a right weirdo, and like
No,
these,
you don't. I was the same
yeah,
kid.
we had, I had lots of dolls. I had this one doll called Phyllis, who I was absolute Phyllis. Who calls her doll Phyllis? Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to be different. It was my sort of like teenage years, early teens was sort of like 70s, and then you know 20s was 80s. Well, sort of like 17. Yeah, everybody wanted to be glamorous. We had the sort of, yeah, it was like Studio 54. Everybody wanted to be glamorous. So for
Hmm.
me, all the girls kind of looked sort of same because they were all going for the same sort of glam. And I had an older sister who was gorgeous, she still is, and very glamorous, big hair, it was all Ursula Andress, tits and ass, gorgeousness. And I was sort of like knock-kneed, thick of ankle with a flat chest. And I thought, well, I can't compete. So I can't be gorgeous. So I'm just going to be weird. I'm going to be different. So, I was always shaving my hair well, the interesting thing, it all starts when I was 4 years old.
Go
And
on.
when I was born, I'd sort of grown into my mother's pelvic bone. So I came out, you can't really see it here, but I came out, and I had this sort of like lump on my forehead, which I still have.
Right.
And so when I was at school, I used to get called egghead, this sort of thing. And when I was 4, my mum
Nice.
and dad said, like, right, we need to sort her out. We don't want her to have an inferiority complex. So my parents sat me down one day and they said, right, Val, you know that you've got a different shaped head to everyone else. And I was like, yes. And they said, well, you know why that is? And I said, why? And they said, well, what you've got is a bump of knowledge. And
Oh my
what that
God.
means is that you are very special.
Oh,
So
I love that.
I was like, am I really? Am I really special? Fantastic.
Oh,
So
I love
after
that.
that, I used to shave the front of my hair so that it 4, 5, 6, and 7, so that
Oh.
everybody could see how special I was. I mean,
Oh my God,
I
I love your parents.
I started off weird. Yeah.
You talking about having loads of dolls and obviously your imagination. I used to draw. I think I beat you for being weird because I was a strange child. I used to get pebbles and little stones in the garden, make mud pies, and then draw on the stones, and they would be my friends. And I had one called Susie.
Yeah.
I think I beat you for the weirdness.
Yeah, I think you did. I think you did. Yeah, you did.
Tell us about the famous careers talk moment. You was at school.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know about this.
Well, I was sort of like 15, and my sister was and is an incredible hairdresser, and she was very artistic. And I remember overhearing my mum saying that, well, Marion's the beautiful one, and Val's got the brains. And I was like, oh, okay. So I want to be pretty. But anyway, so when I was 15, I thought, okay, I've got to use these brains. I want to go to university. And when I went to see the careers officer, he was sort of like, because that's I want to do O levels and A levels. And I went to a secondary modern school. And he said, Val, I think you need to, set your sights a little bit lower, like, and maybe get a job, like as a typist or possibly a hairdresser, get an apprenticeship. And I was so angry at that I just walked out of school. And as I was
Wow.
walking home, I was thinking, well, I haven't got a job. I wanted to go to university. I haven't got a hope in hell of doing that now. And so I saw a hairdressing salon and there was an advertisement in the window, we're looking for apprentices. So I just went in there and sort of said, look, give us a job. I always wanted to be a hairdresser, lying, and got the job. And that's how it started. Because what I really wanted to do was travel the world. But I actually did that through hairdressing. So I just think I was meant to go into that job.
So where was the change from doing hair to then, moving to makeup, moving to the makeup
Okay,
world?
so well, I always yeah, so I started off as a hairdresser, but I always wore lots of makeup. We're talking
Hmm.
sort of like, the 80s, and it was all about the new romantics. And I'd left Bristol and had gone to live in Australia. And I started doing hair for session work. So working for, magazines, pop videos. I used to work with INXS, Kylie. And
Oh, did
yeah, yeah,
you?
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, I loved
gosh.
INXS and
Oh.
Kylie, of course. But in Australia, you had to do both. You had to do hair and makeup. So I kind of like learnt the basics there. But then when I decided to leave Australia, I sort of like divorced my husband. I was married, divorced my husband, sold my salon, said I will never do hair again. I'm off to London. So that's what I did. I came to London
Wow.
and the hair just fell away. It became all about the makeup.
So Val, talk to me about the period where you worked with the likes of Alexander McQueen, Vivienne Westwood, Kate Moss. I mean, is there one moment that really stands out for you?
Well, all the moments stand out for me because they were
I
all
bet.
incredible in their own right. I mean, the McQueen moment that stands out for me was when I we were doing this show and Shalom Harlow was being painted by these robots on the stage. And it was so incredible because we hadn't rehearsed it. We didn't know if it was going to work or not. And it ended up being one of the most iconic shows ever from McQueen.
Wow.
But there were so many amazing moments working with Lee. I mean, the Boss show, that's an incredible show. That's where all the girls are inside this box. And in the middle of the box, there is another box that's black. And at one point during the show, it's just before the finale, the box is made of glass, and the four walls of the box come open and smash glass all over the
Wow.
floor. And inside is this woman reclining on a chaise lounge, and it's sort of like the pose is taken from a book by Joel Peter Whitkin. And so there's this rather voluptuous lady on this couch and she's wearing this sort of like breathing gas mask and
Hmm.
her whole body is covered in butterflies that my assistants like about 40 minutes before the show were in there attaching these butterflies with
Oh,
honey to her body and as the glass smashed open and made this incredible noise there was all the butterflies and they just sort of flew up into the air. Now
oh,
that was a moment,
wow.
you know.
I mean, that sounds like a dream. That doesn't even sound like something that's real.
Yeah, it was well everything to do with working with Lee McQueen and the whole entire team was, you know, we always knew that it was going to be making history. You know, we were going to be crossing boundaries, trying new things. So that was amazing. And working with Vivienne Westwood, it was a different type of amazement. But, that was always about characters and the makeup was really as important to the show. I remember once a friend of mine was maitre ding at a party and Vivienne was there. And my friend Johnny went up to Vivienne and sort of said, "Hello, Vivienne. I believe you know one of my friends." And she's like, "Who's that, darling?" And he said, "Val Garland." And she said, "Val Garland? She's madder than me. She's bonkers." And I thought,
No way!
I have now arrived. I feel
Oh
blessed.
my
I feel grateful.
God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, look, you said you was a strange kid. I mean, it's paid off.
Well, I just always liked, I don't know, I just
Wow.
liked being different. And I like other people that are a little bit odd too. So yeah, it works.
There'll be a lot of people listening now that won't realise that the Lady Gaga Born This Way album cover,
Mm,
that is one of your most famous looks. That
mm.
is you.
Yes.
Like, tell us about that. What was it like working on that project?
Oh, it was great because Gaga, she gives you her face, she gives you her body, like she wants to do something new and different and great. And yeah, she's open to new things. So, it was an easy thing really because I felt we were both coming from like the same place. I sort of said to her, because when I met her, she wore like about four sets of eyelashes, she had a big dark brow, and
Mhm.
there was a lot of glam. And Nicola Formichetti said, I want to do something different for Gaga for the Born This Way
Wow.
album. What do you suggest? And I said, okay, let's strip it all back. No eyelashes, no mascara. I'm going to bleach your
Oh,
eyebrows, going to take those away as well. I'm going to give you like a big, strong, punky sort of like liner. And then, oh yeah, let's do some prosthetics. So I cut up these little paper aeroplanes and put them on her cheeks so that I thought, said, we'll make your cheeks more prominent.
Wow.
And that was that. And I didn't know if they were going to go with it or not. But 3 months later, I'm actually on the shoot for the Born This Way. And a prosthetics person came into the studio and he sort of said, here are the prosthetics that you designed for Gaga, Val. And I was like, wow, they really, like these paper aeroplanes actually became cheek extensions. And so, yeah, so that was it. But it was great. And, Gaga always wanted to go the extra mile. So it was fantastic.
What's more rewarding, working with a client who is open to suggestions and kind of just lets you do what you want to do, or a client who is the complete opposite, but actually the outcome at the end, you've completely changed their mindset? What is there one more rewarding?
No, I think they're both rewarding in different ways. If somebody gives you their face, that's great because they're trusting you to do something. A few weeks ago, I got to work with Miley Cyrus, and I hadn't worked with, I hadn't, yeah.
Doing what?
We were doing a shoot for, I think it was for the CR Fashion book, which is a magazine by Corinne Rotfeld. And I hadn't worked with her before, and Miley does have a certain sort of, she has a certain sort of like way. And I thought, I wonder, what she'll be expecting. But I had a phone call with her. Well, actually, no, it was a text from LA. And then when she walked in on the day, she just went, ding dong, darling, just do it.
Oh my God!
So, she let me sort of do what I wanted to do. So, yeah, that was great.
And what did you do with her?
I kind of turned her into a sort of 20s Parisian sort of showgirl, but maybe this is like 4 a.m. She's been sort of like, dancing all night. So her makeup is sort of, it's a little bit worn in, but it's a strong look.
Oh my God, how
amazing.
Exciting.
She was amazing. I loved her.
Let's talk about your clothes. What item of clothing or accessory do you have that is your comfort blanket?
Well, I guess it has to be, for me, jewellery. I love jewellery. Yeah. I wear a lot of jewellery. And today I'm wearing 4 of my favourite pieces. And so the first one is an angel. That's this one here. That's an angel. Okay. I love necklaces. I can't really wear earrings because I've got tiny ears. I can't take the weight. So this is a little angel, and I always have that with me. It's kind of like I've got an angel protecting me. I love that.
Oh, that's nice.
Then I'm obsessed with Tessa Metcalf. She makes jewellery. She's made this ring and she's made this necklace. And it's got everything to do with pigeons' claws. Like you can't really see it, but it's a pigeon's claw.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then this ring is pigeon claws holding a citrine. Anyway, so I love Tessa Metcalf because it's a little bit woo, it's a little bit way, it's just a little bit pigeons toes. Anyway, and then being a Catholic girl, love a cross, but I also love a whistle. I always used to have a whistle when I was working backstage at shows just to get people's attention. So,
hang on a minute. You mean an actual whistle, as in you blow through it whistle?
Yeah. Like if somebody was doing a great makeup, I'd sort of blow my whistle and go like, that is a great makeup. Ding dong. That's where ding dong came from. So I did this collaboration with Vicky Sarge recently. Yeah. So, this is one of the pieces that we collabed on. So I love that.
So hang on a minute, Val, I've got to ask you. So is that an actual whistle there?
It is, but it's not very loud.
Oh, come on, give us a go.
It's not very loud. It's not very loud.
Oh my God, I love it.
And then my piece de resistance is I'm a bit of a magpie and I like collecting things. And so rather than a charm bracelet, I decided many years ago to make myself a charm necklace. And
it's a great shout.
Yeah, and this was so I found the chain on a cruise ship in Egypt. It was like the last holiday that I went on with my mother before she passed. So I got the chain there, And then whenever I see a charm that I like, I add it to the chain. And
I
then
love
sometimes
that.
people will give me a charm, as a present. Like
It's
I
really
love
nice.
drinking tea, so I've got a teapot here. I've got a little artist's palette here. Can't really see it. And, there's the odd puzzle. Oh, and there is a little whistle. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I love this. I think you've got the best accessories out of all the people that we've spoken to so far,
I do like an accessoire. I really do. Rings and necklaces. Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah.
One beauty hack. If you could share one with the world right now, what hack would you share?
What hack would I share? Gosh, there are so many hacks. I would say, do you. Don't follow trends. You be your trend. People always sort of say you can't wear an eye and a lip together, can't you? Of course you can. And you don't need to have the 12-step program of makeup. I don't think you need a ton of products to look gorge. I like having a product that's multi-task. So if I can have a product that I can, use on my lips, use on my cheeks, and use on my eyes,
Hmm.
that's a great.
Can I ask you about winged eyeliner? Because I've got
Oh
saggy
yes,
eyelids.
I
How do people do
love
a
a
good
winged
wing?
eyeliner. Love it.
I know.
And
But how do I do 'em? If there's people listening with saggy eyes like me, how do you get a good wing that doesn't then
well,
dip?
I've
Do you know
got
what I mean?
saggy eye, and that is a great hack because you need to find, first of all, a waterproof liner because that will stay put. It won't sort of like, drag into your crease. And it's practice. It's practice. And what I would say is do the wing first. I like
Hmm.
to take either an angle brush or a pen liner and just stamp on your wing. Do the bad side
Hmm.
first. The bad side is if you're right-handed, your harder to do side is the left side. So do that side
Yep.
first and then match it up with the other side. And then, with your eyes looking down into a mirror, I use a magnifying mirror, just, start in the middle of your eye and work out getting slightly bigger towards the tick or tail, and then come back in and then do the skinny bit close to the tear duct. But it's practice. It's practice, practice, practice.
Sorry, Val. I feel like I'm on glow up right now. You don't understand how much I love this show and you want it. I
Oh,
mean, you must love doing that show as well.
I do. I do. I love seeing the talent coming through. It's
I bet.
extraordinary what these young MUAs can sort of like bring. So I'm constantly in awe and inspired. It's great.
I wonder how many people go on there just to hear ding dong come out of your mouth. Because to be honest, I'm rubbish at makeup, but I'd apply for that show just to try and get a ding dong.
And the weirdest thing is, if you know me, it's something I've always said. So, on that first episode, when I was like, that's amazing, ding dong, I never thought it would become this catchphrase, but it's sort of stuck.
It's wild.
Who knew?
Let's talk about wardrobe malfunction. Have you ever had a big poo poo, big error?
Yes, yes. I'm just going to grab this outfit. Come here, you. Oh, I recently did a masterclass and, I sort of said I like a sort of like a suit. And
Oh, that's nice.
so I was
Pinstripe.
wearing this outfit, which is by Serena Butte. And it's a great outfit, but for some reason, the flies keep coming undone on the trousers. And so I was
Oh
there
God.
giving this complete masterclass and talking to everybody and da 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 da. And I did the whole thing with my flies undone, and nobody said a word. So that was the most recent malfunction. Yeah.
You're lucky I weren't there because I'd have shouted out, ding dong, Val.
Yeah.
I am that friend that tells people if they've
Good.
got their flies undone or have got a bogey. You need those
You
friends in your
do.
life
You
because,
do.
yeah, that's not on. Do you have an accessory or an item of clothing that you would hand down to someone, something really special?
Well, now this is interesting because I've already handed it down. I bought this bag in 2001.
Oh, what is it?
It's a
Oh my gosh.
Balenciaga city bag. Now, I bought it in
Oh,
2001 and I kind of wore it to death. I had to take it to a shoemaker's and get them to put this patch in it here because I loved the bag so much. And it had, it was black, but it's now sort of a bit of a brown color because I think all
love
the
it.
leather is just sort of like disintegrating. But I had it for so long and I thought I can't be dragging that around anymore because it just looks like it's falling to bits. So I gave it to my godson, Zach, who is a stylist. I gave it to him, Zach Sunman. I gave it to him probably about 10 years ago. And even though it was falling apart, he customized it with all these
Wow.
pins. And this sort of, I
Love
think this
it.
is a scarf from Rockins. Yeah, it is from Rockins. So, and he loved, oh, look, and the handle was busted. So the scarf's there to keep the leather
Smart.
handle together. So I think that
Love
was
it.
a good little hand-me-down.
Yeah. He's given it a new lease of
He
life. What do you
has.
think about, have you seen the Labubu dolls that people attach into their
Yes.
bags?
Yeah. No, I think it's
Have you
great.
got one?
No, I don't have one. But I remember doing things with dolls on bags. Like I used to have trolls, obviously. Trolls.
Oh, I love
I love a
trolls.
troll. And then I also did one with teddies. I like a bit of an odd teddy.
Oh, Val, I love how prepped you are and that you've just got stuff to show us. This is so nice. Thank you for doing
That's
this.
all right. What about
Oh, look
him?
at that. Oh,
He's a cute teddy, isn't he? And it was quite funny because my one of my other godchildren, I have many, Rebecca, she was having her firstborn child, Reuben, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to get him his first teddy," and I got him this teddy, and I could see everybody going like, "That's a bit macabre to give to a little baby," but I thought that was quite cute.
you know what? I like it. It's like what is it? It's like a red teddy and he's got sort of a side smile.
No, it's a snarl. It's a snarl.
Oh, is it?
It's fab. Yeah,
Listen, you can't be just dishing out any old teddy. It's got to be a
exactly.
little bit different, right? It's
Exactly.
you. Have you got a birthday suit in terms of an outfit that is your go-to outfit that makes you feel $1 million?
Okay, I'm going to say this is a dress that I wore for the press and in the first season of Glow Up.
Oh God, I
This
love
is a
that. So
dress.
what is it?
It's a dress by Preen, and it's got this sort of like
Mhm.
plastic. It's all lacy and lovely, and then it's got this like really hard plastic red bit on the front and by the
Beautiful.
bottom at the back. Um,
Oh, love it.
And whenever I've, needed to go to a wedding or, I wanted to look really special or it's Christmas, out comes the preen. And people always
Love it.
remark on it. And for me, it just reminds me of great times, good times. So yeah, it's got a good vibe.
Who inspires you, Val, the most among the newer generation of artists out there, makeup artists?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many. I love what Isabella French stands for. And what she does. I think she's great. And there was a makeup artist that was on Glow Up called
Hmm.
Orphelia. I think it was season 2, and she actually won. And I think she is an incredible talent. There is a makeup artist called Joey Choi. She's with the Wall Group. She was my assistant for about 8 3/4 years. I would never let her
Wow.
go. I'd go like, look, have this
Oh.
Gucci bag, stay. And yeah, and but she is an incredible talent as well. Yeah, so Ophelia and Joey, I think they've both got great imaginations, and I would like to see them go a long way because they are brilliant.
What's the best piece of advice you'd give to a younger artist listening to this right now, starting out?
I would say yes to everything. Work 7 days a week. Never think about the money. Never think about the money. Think about the art. Not everybody's going to like what you do, but do it anyway. And just, knock on every door. Don't take no for an answer. You are brilliant and just be you.
What's next for you? I mean, your career is insane. Is there stuff still to tick off the list of things to do, or what's next?
Well, there's lots of things in the pipeline. I'd really like to be on the Traitors. That's what I'd really like to do.
Oh, you would be unbelievable.
Of course I'd be a faithful. Of course I'd be a faithful.
Oh my God, I'd love to see you on it. I'd love to do Traitors. My God,
Yes.
imagine.
I think, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd like to do something like that. But, I'm just enjoying what comes my way. Yeah, and I think that's what it's all about.
Have you been watching the Celebrity Traitors?
Yes. Yes.
Who have you been surprised by?
Joe. I think Joe is,
Yeah.
I think he is fantastic and so on it and so right. I mean, how he or they haven't got out more traitors, I don't know, because he can really see it, So,
Who do you think's going to win? Do you think it'll be Kat and Alan, or do you think it will go for the Faithfuls, go in the Faithfuls' favour?
I think Kat stands a very good chance.
So do
I
I.
think she stands a very good chance because she's played a very clever game. I mean, I
Played
got
a
to
blinder.
work with Kat a few seasons ago on Glow Up. She came on as a guest judge and she was quite quiet and demure, but seeing her on Traitors, she's really, she's got a good head on her. So I
I
hope,
love her.
yeah, I love her. I love her. And she's a great singer as well. So, I'd like it if Kat won. Yeah.
Val, thank you so much for talking to me today. I've absolutely loved it. I've watched you on Glart for years. I just think you're brilliant. And by the way, I love your statement about be bold, not old. I just think
thank you.
it's bloody brilliant. I think you are glorious. Before you go, I would love to do a quick 60-second style
Yes.
sprint, which is basically a quick fire round.
Yes.
I'll ask you a few questions. You just tell me the first thing that comes to your head, okay?
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Punk or glamour?
Punk.
Bare skin or full face?
Difficult. I'm going to say bare skin.
Okay, gloss or matte?
Gloss.
McQueen or Westwood?
McQueen.
You get given a handbag from your partner. They're now your ex. Do you keep the bag or do you sell it?
Always keep it. Actually, no, sell it.
Lashes or liner?
Liner.
Leather or lace?
Leather.
Oversized or tailored?
Tailored.
Heels or boots? Flat boots?
Boots.
Corset or caftan?
Ooh, both actually, but I'm going to say corset.
Trench coat or bomber jacket?
Trench.
Sunglasses or earrings?
Sunglasses.
Ooh, day look or night look?
Night look.
And last one, ding or dong?
Dong.
Thank you so much. I've loved speaking to you. Thank you, Val.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you, Charlie. It's been great.